Fuel Me Once here, driving instructor of the world. Hey, people are asking me, hey, what about solar, wind, natural gas, etc. for fueling up cars? Fair enough. Let's talk about it. First, you know why people like going to the grocery store? Because you don't have to think about all the costs involved and where your meat, vegetables, and fruits actually came from and who had to produce it. Same applies with green emission materials. A typical EV battery weighs about 1,000 pounds. It contains 25 pounds of lithium, 60 pounds of nickel, 44 pounds of manganese, 30 pounds of cobalt, 200 pounds of copper, 400 pounds of aluminum, steel, and plastic each. Inside, there are about 6,000 lithium-ion batteries. All those toxic components come from mining. To manufacture an EV auto battery, you got to process 25,000 pounds of brine for the lithium, 30,000 pounds of ore for the cobalt, 5,000 pounds of ore for the nickel, 25,000 pounds of ore for the copper. In total, digging up 500,000, 500,000 pounds of the Earth's crust for just one battery. That's just one. Now, parts of that battery come from other places in the world. 68% of all of our cobalt comes from the Congo. These mines have no regulations, no pollution controls, and they employ children who die from the toxic handling every day. Main problems with solar. You've got chemicals that are needed to process the silicate into the silicone used in the panels. To make pure enough silicone, you got to process it with hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, hydrogen fluoride, trilourethane, and acetone. They also need gallium arsenide, copper indium gallium diselenide, and cadmium telluride. Those are also highly toxic. Silicone dust, hazardous to the workers, and then those panels cannot be recycled. Windmills, okay. Each one weighs approximately 1,700 tons. That's about 25 houses. They contain 1,300 tons of concrete, almost 300 tons of steel, almost 50 tons of iron, 25 tons of fiberglass, and the hard-to-extract rare earth metals of niobium, praseodymium, I don't even know how to say this, dysprosium. Each blade weighs 81,000 pounds, will last about 20 years, at which time it's got to be replaced, cannot be recycled. Making the steel, you got to have taconite. You got to ship it by boat. You got to extract the iron, place it in a coal-fired blast furnace, add ore, add carbon, plus solar and wind kill birds, bats, insects, sea life, mammals. Zero emissions doesn't mean zero cost to the environment. Going green is more destructive